together again on the radio. And do we have that clip ready, Art? Because I'd love to play it. Yeah. Because the Tom Leykis Show is fair and balanced. No doubt about it. It's fair and balanced. We believe in hearing from all shades of the political spectrum on the Tom Leykis Show. And because we are fair and balanced, let us hear from, well, here's a commentator who claims to be a no-spin kind of guy, but he really tends to lean conservative. And because he does, I want to show you how balanced the Tom Leykis Show really is. So let us hear from Fox News commentator Bill O'Reilly.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. Okay, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that.
No, there is. We are going to do Sting, yeah.
Okay, but now I can't read it. There's no words on it.
Okay. Right? Sure.
There's no words there. To play us out. What does that mean? To play us out.
Sting is going to do. It's a video. Sting video.
What is
for credits?
I don't know what that means. To play us out. What does that mean? To end the show?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, go.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it.
Okay. In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with a. I can't do it.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. F it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live. And thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.
What was that name of that kid's book that he wrote? There you go, kids. It's Bill O'Reilly. I would hate to have people asking to be taken out Bill O'Reilly style. That would not be fair and balanced.
I can't do it.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. F it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live. And thing sucks.
Oh, I love it. I totally love it. I love when you get these conservatives and you find out how conservative they really are when nobody's looking. His book was called The Factor for Kids. That's what it was called. Factor this in, kids. And tomorrow, kids, Bill O'Reilly will be talking about the difference between a loofah and a falafel. So you want to be here for that. I think that's what was supposed to be on the teleprompter. Gotta love it. So if someone asks to be taken out Bill O'Reilly style, I guess we'll have to accommodate them. God damn. Anyway, this advice column comes from Canada, from a newspaper called the Calgary Herald. And I want to know, as you listen to this letter, how many of you guys are in a similar situation? Here it is. By the way, you don't even have to be married to be in the situation, as you'll see. Here is the question for Ellie Tesher, the advice columnist for the Calgary Herald. I've been married to my wife for 16 years, and we have 2 kids, ages 5 and 7. In the last 5 years, we overspent greatly, which resulted in long office hours for myself. My wife also started to work full-time. The future was just starting to look good when my wife said she's not in love with me anymore. She felt that during this difficult time, I hadn't been more concerned about her emotions. It's true, I'd focused on our survival and forgotten the emotional side, but I never missed a birthday and I was always home to help. Now she wants some distance to find herself and doesn't want to discuss our issues and try to work on them. She's hardy-har-har web chatting, focusing energy on an old flame from before marriage, talking about old times and his present issues. We're seeing a marriage counselor, but without progress, as she doesn't want to open up. Any ideas? Well, first of all, this horse has left the barn. She wants some distance. Oh, yeah, she wants some distance, all right. She wants some distance so she'll have time to squeeze this guy into the sack with her. Let's just tell the truth about that. But more importantly, this. How many of you, and I've been in this category myself, so I'm wondering how many people have suffered this. How many of you are the primary breadwinner? You're the guy who makes most of the money and pays most of the bills. You're with somebody who spends like a fiend, and instead of telling her you don't want her spending so much anymore, instead of being a man and stepping up to the plate and saying, hey, you can't spend so much money, you go out and get a second job, maybe a third job. Maybe you moonlight. Maybe you work as a consultant. Maybe you work overtime. Just so that she doesn't have to stop spending and so that you don't have to have that unwanted confrontation where she's going to stamp her little feet and scream. So there you are. You go out and work to earn more money so she can spend it. And the more hours you work, the more she complains that you're never around. Until finally you have a confrontation. And finally she says, you're never here. You're never here for me. You're never here for the kids. You're never around. So she's been spending. And instead of telling her, that's it, the spending stops today. By the way, I did that in my last relationship. The spending stops today. Okay? Instead of doing that, you try to accommodate her and avoid confrontation by going out to work. And then when you're working all those hours, so she can have more money to spend, she complains that you're not around anymore. I was in this situation myself. Oh, yes. Because I am indeed a hard worker. And I didn't get where I am by sitting home and playing Parcheesi in the evening. I got where I am by traveling, doing business on the road, making contacts, going to conventions, taking on as much work as I could handle, going from job to job, city to city, moving my way up the ladder. And, of course, when you do that, you're going to be spending less time at home. Even today, I meet women who think my job is the coolest thing in the world and that I'm really good at it. And then when they find out how much work I have to do, they're beside themselves. And they want me to, like, cut back on my responsibilities so I can spend more time with them. But if I cut back on my responsibilities, I won't be the Tom Leykis Show anymore. I won't be the successful multimillionaire I've become. So I never, ever cut back on my responsibilities. People learn to live with it or else. That's pretty much the way it works. Have you ever been in this position? Have you ever been in a position where you were working? You were not out having affairs. You were not out at strip clubs. You were not out at Hooters. You were not out bowling or drinking with the boys. You were working more hours because she wanted a bigger house, or she wanted an SUV or a minivan, or she wanted more money to spend on herself, accessories, clothing, handbags, whatever. And so you did it And then she complained that you were never around. If you've been in that position, if you're in that position right now, I want to talk to you.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
Doing the Lord's work, Father. Keep it up.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.
The Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. All right, you're busting your ass. She's always complaining. What do you think about that? Is that you? Let's say hello here to Pat in Portland, Oregon, home of the other white meat on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Dad.
Hello, son.
How's it hanging, Tom?
Hanging right, as usual.
That's wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, you know, back in 2000, I decided to, my sister owned a trucking company, so I decided to go into business with her. My wife at the time was, you know, we need this. We were living in a two-bedroom, you know, apartment. We didn't have much, no new car, no nothing. So I said, you know what the heck, man, I'm 30 years old. I'm going to go ahead, take the plunge, took all my investments, went into this, started, you know, went from $40,000 a year to over $100,000 a year. And, of course, you know, I'm gone for a month, 2 months at a time on the road. Every day she's calling me, I love you, baby, this is great. You know, went on for about a year, and I went back to Florida, came back after about a month, walk into my house, completely empty, bank accounts completely empty. She's moved in with her boyfriend, and there ain't a damn thing I do about it because I was married to her, so she could take anything she wanted. And you know what? I was down in the dumps, Tom. I mean, I thought of a lot of bad things at that point in time in my life, but now that I look back in the last 2 years, she's been completely out of my life. I can honestly say I'm 38, I'm 6'4", I weigh 280 pounds, and I get more ass than a toilet seat because of you. She hates it. She hates it. She wants back so bad it's not even funny.
Oh,
She's
I'll bet she
living in
does.
a two-bedroom apartment. I'm buying 4 acres outside of town, getting a nice little pad, put some horses, some cows on it, you know. She loves me so much now. She loves me more than she's ever loved me before.
I'll bet she does. What happened to the guy she was screwing?
She's still screwing him. She still wants to screw me, Tom. She can't get enough. I told her once you had Pat, you never go back.
Have you taken advantage of that? Have you nailed her?
Oh, a few times at least. It's always nice to be able to have, you know, the chick that, you know, was cheating on you. Now she's cheating on him. I take it any way I can get it, Father, you know. There's no bad pizza, right?
That's exactly right, Pat. That's exactly right.
Take me out with the biggest bong hit you got, Father.
Here you go, son.
Tasty.
1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. There you are, busting your ass, so she'll have more money to spend. And there she is, complaining that you're never around. What do you think about that? Jason on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Jason.
How you doing?
Do you care?
Yes, I do.
I'm doing great.
Hey, Tom. Yeah, a couple years ago, actually about 7 years ago, moved up north, career change, promotion, up to Fresno. Was a superintendent for a company, making pretty good money. Worked up there for about 5 years, and the company that I was working for offered me another promotion to come down and run the northern area or the southern area for them. The wife didn't want to move back. So we opted for me to travel back and forth, you know, Mondays, go back on Fridays, and did that for 2 years. Got the new cars, new truck, beautiful home, and about 5 months ago, she told me she wanted a divorce. So I'm basically down south, family's up north, no place to live. It was rough.
Now, that'll teach you to get married, won't it?
Yeah, 14 years. 2 kids, but got a black heart now. No marriage.
But let's point out that you got with her when you were, what, 20?
Yes.
Was that a good idea?
Yeah. No, it was not.
That's what I keep trying to tell the boys now.
The dad.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I try to tell the boys now. This is what happens when you get married or you move in with somebody at 20 years old. This is what you get.
Yes, it is. I deserve every bit of it, but I don't make the same mistake twice.
No more marriage for you? No more relationships? No more living together?
No more marriage. No more living together. Just out chasing tail. Having more, 34. Best time of my life. Moved in with a buddy of mine. We're living it up. It is awesome. Awesome.
I think that's great.
Yes, it is. And I wouldn't have made it through without the Tom Leykis, I'll tell you that.
Well, I'm glad we were here for you.
Oh, yeah. And everybody all my friends, we're all loyal Leykis listeners. And if you guys are listening out there, listen to him. He knows what he's talking about.
Jason, thank you for that.
Can you take me out old school?
I certainly can. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Let's say hello. We got another Jason. He's listening to the online stream in Detroit on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Dad.
Hello, son.
How you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Great. Well, I'm a pro wrestler. I'm on the road anywhere between 275 to 320 days a year, making around the mid to high 6 figures, and she still bitches. And bitches. And bitches. I don't know what to do anymore. It's gotten to my wit's end.
Now, let me ask you a question. With all that money you make and all the success you have, why did you need to get married? I see here you're only 24.
Yeah. Well, let's put it this way. I wasn't listening to the Leykis show at the time.
Right.
I was stupid, just dumb. Now it's going to cost me almost as much as I make in a year just to get her ass off of my tail.
Because you also, let me guess, you have no prenup.
Oh, no. See, the thing was I had started doing wrestling after we had gotten married. I hadn't even started until at least, 6 months into our marriage, and then I started getting booked full-time. Didn't even have a signed contract at the time. So.
And let me guess, now she's going to claim that she helped you every step of the way?
Well, she could try to claim that, but I've got a damn good lawyer.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a bird last name and a nose that could sniff up as much air as you can possibly get. He's a damn good lawyer. So, I mean, she'll be lucky if she gets a penny out of me, and I'm going to take the kids, too.
Oh, boy. How old were you when you got married?
I was 20 years old when we first got married.
In retrospect, doing that, getting married, having kids at such a young age, was that a good idea?
It was at first, and I love my kids to death. They're awesome. And even she's a really cool chick, too. It's just, what am I going to do? This is my job. I have to be out on the road. I'm with one of the 2 major wrestling companies in the world, and I can't, there's nothing I could do about it.
Yeah. You can't start not showing up. You can't do that.
No, I mean, what would happen if you stopped showing up, man? We'd have dead air.
Or worse yet, you'd get a fill-in.
Yeah, we may get somebody like Corolla in there, and I'm sorry, man. I love Danny Bonaducci to death, and it was the best thing he could have done getting away from Adam Carolla. But that's just my personal opinion.
I'll pass it along. Thanks a lot for the call. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Let's say hello here to Roxy on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi. Hi, Tom.
Hi, Roxy.
Tom, I just heard you talking smack about women that complain and complain about their men not being there.
Yes.
When I don't work, my boyfriend, he's the one that takes care of me, and we have a 4-month-old. And he doesn't spend as much time with us anymore as I would like. And I know I do bitch a lot because of it, but I think I deserve some time, too.
Don't you see the connection between having a boyfriend, then having a baby out of wedlock, and the man who is staying with you having to work more? Can't you see there's a connection?
No, maybe you could explain that connection.
When you have a baby, it costs money.
Yeah.
And when you have a new expense, you have to get the money from one of two places. Your rich uncle or working more hours.
Okay, well, he doesn't work more hours, but he doesn't spend more hours with us either.
Where is he?
Well, he gambles. He started gambling.
So he never gambled before he met you?
He would go out with his friends to play poker once a month, and now it's almost every other weekend, every weekend.
All right, then it's another connection here. Did he want to have a baby, or was that you?
Well, we both kind of wanted to. We went down to the lab. He got tested because I couldn't get pregnant. And, but maybe it was me.
It was you.
Yeah.
He didn't want to have a baby, so you talked him into it. Or you got pregnant by accident. Was that what happened?
Well, he kind of wanted to, too.
No. Kinda wanted to. That doesn't sound like he was all in favor of it. It sounds like you wanted to. You pushed him.
Maybe.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Did you get pregnant by accident?
No, it wasn't. After, 2 years.
Did he know you were trying to get pregnant at that moment?
Yes.
He knew.
For a whole year, we tried.
And what did he really think about that?
Well, when I told him, because he was in another relationship for 6 years, and the girl had a miscarriage, and then she couldn't get pregnant anymore. And then he wasn't really excited, but I thought it was because he thought that maybe I would have a miscarriage and that, he didn't want to get too excited about it. But when he's with my daughter, he makes her laugh and he seems happy.
Well, he does what he has to do, but the point is, having a baby involves work and drudgery and losing sleep, more chores. Maybe he did not want to have a baby. Maybe when his girlfriend had a miscarriage, he realized she was trying to get pregnant, and so he got out of that relationship. Did you ever think about that?
Yeah.
You did think about that?
Yeah.
Did you ever consider the possibility that it's you who wanted to have a baby, and he went along with it just to keep you quiet or shut you up or whatever?
Well, he's already getting he's already 30. Well, he's 33 now. But
Darling,
30,
how old he is, that's not your business. Okay? How old he is not it's not for you to decide it's time for him to have a baby.
But also everybody was pushing him because he's
it doesn't matter what everybody was doing. I'm asking what he wanted.
Yeah.
And you keep trying to find ways of telling me that he wanted it because other people are having babies or other people are 31 years old and they had a baby, but that doesn't tell me what he wants, and you know the truth. And it's kind of leaked out here that he didn't want to have a baby.
So he shouldn't spend any more time with us now that we do?
You made the decision to have a baby. Now, I'm not saying what he should or shouldn't do at this point in the conversation. I'm saying you never considered the possibility that maybe you were pushing him to do something he didn't want to do.
Well, if he didn't want to, why didn't he wear a condom?
Again, the fact that he wasn't wearing a condom does not say that he wants to have a baby. I talk to guys all the time who don't wear condoms because it feels good.
Yeah.
Not because they want to have babies. Then they have babies anyway. You listened to the show for a while, right?
Yeah, years.
Ever heard me get calls like that?
Yeah.
I ask guys why they had sex without a condom, and they say because it feels good. And I ask them, how will 18 years of child support feel? Will that feel good? You've heard me have that conversation a million times, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Isn't it possible your guy did the same thing?
Yeah.
Right. Just because he didn't wear a condom doesn't mean he wants to have a baby.
So what do I do? Do I stop nagging him that I want time, or do I... Because I live with...
Darling, you should never nag anybody. I don't know about other guys. I have a zero-tolerance policy towards nagging. If someone starts nagging me, they're gone.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to do what he wants to do. If you have to nag him to do things, you're in the wrong relationship.
Yeah.
But you see, most relationships have a woman who thinks she's going to drive the bus. She's going to make all the decisions. She's going to decide when a man is mature enough to have a baby, or when they should buy a house. Or she's going to make all the big decisions. And many times women just don't bother to care about what the opinions of the guy are. And that sounds like you.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
All right. So now you're getting what happens to people who do things without checking with the other person and see. But by the way, here's what you do. If you want to have a baby and the other person doesn't, here's what you do. You break up with them and you find somebody who does.
Well, now that I'm in this predicament, I should just break up with him, find a job, and what do I do with my baby? I mean,
well,
I don't want to leave her, and there's a recession going on. And
you're never going to get him to do what you want. If he doesn't want to do it, he's not going to do it.
Yeah. So do I just juice him? And just
it depends. It depends. What do you think would work for you? Would you like to stay with him under these circumstances? Would you like to, how much easier would it be if you lived alone?
Oh, I would have to work.
Right. So perhaps you're complaining about something here, but did you ever consider the alternative?
I have considered it, but...
But what?
I do think it would be easier if I lived on my own. And if
you do?
Yeah. I was making more than him anyways prior to having our baby.
Right. But in the future, dear, if you're planning on having more children, you better make sure you're doing it with someone who really wants to do it, not somebody who's tired of hearing you nag them. You already indicated to me what a nagger you are.
Yeah, I know I am.
So I'm sure you nagged him about having a baby, too. Right?
Yeah.
So we started this conversation with you telling me he wanted to have a baby. But the truth comes out now. You nagged him to have a baby. Then, when he gave you what you wanted, you complained that he didn't then do the next thing you want, which was to spend more time at home.
Yeah.
So you see, your whole life is based on you giving him commands and him obeying orders. What kind of a relationship is that?
But I'm not allowed to, like, say, okay, well, can we spend some time with you? I just have to wait. Whatever he wants, I have to do what he's...
If he doesn't want to do it, you're with the wrong guy in the first place. If he didn't want to have a baby, the thing to do is not to have a baby anyway.
Yeah.
See, that's what you did. You had a baby anyway. He didn't want to have a baby. You wanted to have a baby. He wanted things to work out with you, and you nagged him and nagged him and nagged him, and he finally gave in and had a baby with you.
Yeah.
So then you figure, well, I pulled that one off, so now the baby's here, I'm going to nag him about staying home more. And he's essentially flipped you the bird. When are women going to learn about the nagging thing? When are they going to learn? Hang on a second here, Roxy. Let me get Amanda on the line. Amanda, what did you want to say to Roxy?
First of all, Tom, I want to warn you that my battery's about to die. But I just want to say, I'm so tired of hearing these little girls that get themselves in these predicaments and then complain about it. You know, if you have a boyfriend that doesn't want a baby, that's pretty much your baby, okay? Because that's not someone that is going to take care of you. Take care of yourself, you know? And this is just another example of another baby that I am probably going to have to take care of financially, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know, because why can't, I mean, what's wrong with enjoying yourself, you know? Like, why do you have to go and trap a guy? Is that what you're worth? Like, you can't go out and get a guy that likes you for you, and, you know, if you want to, down the line, after you're financially secure, have a baby, and both enjoy the baby, that's fine. But if you're going to have a baby with somebody that doesn't want one, don't complain. At all. You have no right to complain. You know, you say, oh, well, he didn't wear a condom. Well, that's, you know, lots of guys do lots of things. Why should you put yourself in a bad predicament because he's dumb? You know, if he jumps off a bridge, are you going to?
No, but first, we both wanted to at first, and then after she was born, or maybe like when I was. What did he
go out and say, I can't wait to have a baby? That's just going to be the joy of my life. How old was he?
He was 31.
How old are you?
28.
You're 28. You were 20. How old's your baby?
Well, she's 4 months.
Well, some guys just aren't ready. You know, you need to take care of yourself. You know, I mean, is that what you want? Like a baby that has a father that doesn't want her? I mean, you know when a guy wants a baby, right? I mean, you know, you both can't wait to have that child. And it sounds like you knew you didn't want a baby. And it wasn't after she was born. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, fine, lie to me, lie to Tom, lie to the audience. But if you're lying to yourself, that's something that, you know, that's something on you. But, you know, now you're in a predicament that, I mean, I don't know whose fault it is, but if you know, then that's all that matters.
So what are you going to do, Roxy?
I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe, first of all. And if the guy, you know, isn't going to be around, then you need to take care of yourself. And if you, and you know, that's the thing. When you have a child, you need to make sure that these things are thought of ahead of time. And, you know, if you're only staying with them because you have nowhere to leave the baby, then you should have thought of that before you even had the baby. What if he lost his job? Then, you know.
Yeah. Well, I have a little space cushion because I saved prior to going on maternity leave. Maybe I should just with that, I don't know, find childcare and go back to work.
Yeah, there are lots of services that help, you know, take care of your baby while you're working. You know?
Yeah.
Maybe you can work from home.
Yeah.
Something.
I mean, if it's paralegal, I could probably, I don't know, go on my own. And
not easy, though, you know? Like, people think, I mean, this is serious for people to listen to when they're thinking of having, I mean, babies are cute and, you know, they're a lot of fun and people think, oh, it's going to make my boyfriend stay with me. But this is a perfect example of, you know, baby's serious.
Yeah. I found out the first night when she wouldn't let me go to sleep.
Yeah.
And you had no idea that was, you had no idea that was going to happen, Roxy?
Well, I had sisters, but I wasn't actually the one getting up in the mornings and, you know. But I guess it was just like kind of a shock when, oh, my God, I have somebody I have to take care of now. Because I grew up rich, and we did have people that would take care of, you know, my younger siblings. And then all of a sudden, oh, my God, I have to take care of her. You know, he's not going to pay for somebody to live with us and you know, take care of my baby. I'm going to have to. And yeah, it was like a shock. It was a shock.
I can't believe you didn't give that any thought. My God.
Yeah.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
I want to talk first about the 167-pound 9. I don't buy that for a minute.
No, I don't either.
I think you've got to be drugly. You've got to be drunk and ugly to get her later on in the evening.
Drugly.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.
It's the Tom Leykis Show. At 1-800-5800-TOM. All right, there you are, busting your ass to make a living, and she's spending all the money. You had to work 4 hours. You couldn't afford her. You couldn't afford marriage. You couldn't afford buying a house. You couldn't afford a kid. Whatever her little dreams are, she couldn't afford them. You can't afford them, so you had to work more. Now that you're not around, she's complaining all the time. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Dora on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. You know, we're on in 5 time zones, so we don't ever say good afternoon on this show. We say hello.
Hello. All right. Hello.
Hello.
Well, hi. Well, yeah, I'm in Orange County right now, in South County, Fort Hill Ranch. Just got off of work. I've been listening to your show for a while now. My friends got me into it, and I mean, just like everybody else, there's some things I agree with, some things I don't. But that's with everybody, everything else. But the whole thing about marriage and all that, I didn't believe in marriage. I thought it was retarded. I thought it was stupid. People change, feelings change. It's inevitable. I mean, I'm young. I'm 18. My boyfriend's 18 as well. But honestly, I think that we both want to get married in the future, not now. We're not stupid about it. So I don't know. Do you think that, my question was, do you think that there's some exceptions, some marriages will work, or are you just totally...
I believe somebody will win lotto Saturday night. I believe that if everybody jumped off a 40-story building, one of those people might live. I believe of those things.
Right.
Do you read between the lines with me here?
Yeah, definitely. So, well, I don't know. I think you're pretty cool. You live in L.A. Where I don't remember where you said you live.
Where do I live?
Yeah, L.A. No, I'm just trying to get like the area. I'm not saying like.
I live in the Hollywood Hills. Everybody who listens knows that.
Yeah, well, I've been listening for just a while. I didn't know that. But.
Yeah, and
you've always had your mentality about marriage.
No, not always, because I've been married and divorced.
Right.
But because I have the experience, I feel I know best.
Right. No, definitely. I totally agree with you. I totally agree. I think
if you totally agree with me, you would not be getting married.
Except for my situation.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
you two have mastered the art of love, unlike anybody else out there.
The Tom Leykis Show.